In this video, I'm diving deep into my secret sauce, the automation blueprint I use to turn Facebook leads into actual paying clients. I'm going to show you the exact flow, my step-by-step process, and then you can just copy it, tweak it, and really use it to supercharge your own business. Oh, and if we haven't met yet, my name is Emmanuel. I'm kind of the chief talking head guy over here at Square One Group. Really, our mission is to help solopreneurs, hopefully like yourself, craft really awesome systems that help transform your business and make it grow and scale. So whether you're struggling to keep up with incoming leads, or maybe you're just tired of Facebook ads just not working for you. So my blueprint, it could be the complete game changer for your business and possibly what you've been looking for. Now I want to start off by saying that Facebook ads, it's a lot like being given a Rubik's Cube for the first time and then trying to solve it. You see people do this easily and really quickly, but if this is your first time, then you just start turning the sections and maybe a couple hours pass by and you still haven't figured out the solution. See, most entrepreneurs, they face Facebook ads the exact same way. With no plan or no strategy, they just keep tinkering until eventually they give up and then they say the dreaded quote, Facebook ads just don't work for me. But here are the real issues. One is that leads come in super hot and then they get cold really quick. And that's because you probably don't have a system in place to nurture them immediately and effectively. Another big headache is the quality of leads. You see, not every lead is going to turn into your ideal client. You're gonna have to sift through a bunch of them to find the perfect ones. So here are some basic stats about lead quality. It's called the Rule of 100, and it was developed by this really great marketeer named Dean Jackson. It essentially goes like this. For every 100 leads that you capture online, typically these are how the numbers break down. You have about 90% of them being considered unqualified, leaving that remaining 10%. And the way the 10% break down are typically like this. You have 85% of those people being considered later people. And later people are defined as complete strangers that don't know who the heck you are and they become clients. And this takes anywhere from 90 days to 3+ years, leaving that remaining 15% of people as the now people. You see, most business owners, most founders, most solopreneurs, when they're starting off, they tend to focus on this group here, the now people. The problem is we know exactly who the now people are. They fall into two very specific categories. Category number one is that they are a friend or a referral from a friend, family member, or colleague. So you have quite a bit of trust equity already built into that new contact. Or number two, they are in massive distress, whether good distress or bad distress, but they are in massive distress and you're the first person that appeared down on their doorstep. So they know what they want, they know when they want it, and you're not really a salesperson, you're just a glorified yes person. You just got to nod your head and make sure that you say that you can do what they're asking you to do. That said, most really successful businesses, they tend to focus on this group here, the later people, because the later people, they give us information about them that we can in turn use to build rapport and through that process convert this complete stranger that doesn't know who the heck you are into a client. I hope this is making sense and I hope this is resonating. And if it is, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe button, bell icon, all that good stuff. Thank you in advance. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of the blueprint, I gotta give you the right tools to really make this work. First up, it's a Facebook account. We obviously need this to run ads and to generate leads. Next, meet your new best friend. It's an application or website called Zapier. This is the glue that sticks all of the tools that we're gonna be using together. Think of it like as digital magic that automates the work between all the different applications and services that we're gonna be utilizing. Now, at the heart of the operation, the next piece of this is a CRM. But don't just pick anyone. You need to make sure that the CRM can handle email drip automations for nurturing leads and scheduling email blasts for announcements and promotions. And yes, there is a difference. Drip automations are messages sent after an action takes place, like for example, you capture a lead, and scheduled campaigns are messages that you can schedule based off of a time and a date. Personally, I use Zoho for this, and the great part about Zoho is they're free accounts up until you get to a certain amount of contacts. So if you're at all interested, I'm gonna leave the link for Zoho right in the description as well. Oh, and let's not forget about texting. We wanna make sure we automate the first touch to these leads as quickly and as much as possible. And personally, I use Sales Message for this. I'm gonna leave the link to this as well. A calendar scheduling app is also a non-negotiable. I'm on Team Calendly, but I know there's a bunch of other options out there. Just as a heads up, this is your way to make sure when leads wanna talk to you, they can block time on your calendar instead of having to chase them down and trying to block time on theirs. And then lastly, the most advanced technology of them all, your phone. Because you actually need to talk to these people at some point. All right, now let's get into the actual flow that transforms Facebook leads that we generate into actual clients. So check this out. Okay, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process that we utilize, and it goes like this. It starts off with, creating Facebook lead ads, and we use lead ads because they're the easiest and cheapest ways to capture leads. And the way we utilize the lead ads isn't to book an appointment directly. It is by presenting them with, or my leads with, a lead magnet. And then through that process, we're going to nurture them and then get them to book the appointment from there. And it really goes like this. After we capture a lead ad, the first step is that we're going to hit them in 3 different locations. Step 1 is we're going to send them a welcome email. That's going to be instant. Step 2, we're going to send them a thank you text message, which is also going to be instant. And then step 3, and if you have someone on your team, this is completely optional. I do. So we have a appointment setter or a triage caller call our actual leads that just come in to see if they need some immediate help or they fall into that now category. And really, I should also add that for these next 2 weeks of the flow that I'm going to show you, it's specifically designed to get the now people to raise their hand, let them be known to you, and hopefully turn them into a client. Then from there, after the 2 weeks, we move them into the later pile. All right, so instantly, email, text message, and then a call. On day 2, we actually send them another email, but this time it's not just any email, it's an email handling the top objection that we hear all the time. I myself have done a bunch of sales calls. I have a sales team that also does it as well. We review the calls and we always try to identify what is the one objection that we constantly hear. Once we've identified it, our first email, or I should say our second email to them, is to specifically identify and address that objection so we can diffuse it. And then in addition to that, we also send a follow-up text message, make sure that they got the lead magnet and everything looks good. And if they have any questions, please feel free to reply. And then if we're not able or haven't been able to contact this person from the instant call from day 1, then our appointment setters are going to do a follow-up call on day 2. Moving to day 3, we're now going to present them with a case study via email. And this is to show some social proof. So something that we can show where we took someone in pain, where the majority of people that face objection 1 can see what the result is in email from day 3, as well as, some numbers of, actual real results. And then in addition to that, we stop the text messaging sequence on day 3 because, people get pretty annoyed by that, but we are going to give them a call again on day 3. All right, after day 3, we pause for a day, then we move to day 5 and we present the ask question. Now, the ask question isn't us actually presenting any value, it's just us asking a simple question because we want to get them to respond. Bottom line is, if we can get a conversation started, we are more than likely going to be able to set the appointment and create the conversion. But it all starts by creating the conversation. And we do that by just simply asking a very, very, very dumbed down 1-sentence question to our lead or leads, and we get them to respond. Something low-hanging fruit for them to actually want to grab and bite into. All right, moving into day 7, the end of the first week, we're gonna attack and handle another objection. And then from there, we're gonna do one more follow-up call. By the way, I should add the follow-up call, if it lands on a weekend, then we'll do the follow-up call on the next business day. Then on day 9, we move to objection 3. Day 11, a case study, another case study that we're essentially presenting to solve the objection 2 and 3, or 2 or 3, either or, up to you. And then day 13, we hit them with another ask to try to incite another response for them. If we're able to get any type of response from them in these first 2 weeks, like we've essentially hooked the lead, we're onto something, we can nurture them and massage that conversation from there, hopefully be able to book the appointment. Now, if we're not, we move them into the later pile. And in the later pile, we have this thing called lifetime nurture. The way lifetime nurture works is that we hit our leads and prospects with text messages and emails almost on a daily basis to just get them inundated on who we are, build some of that know, like, and trust, and hopefully get them to raise their hand anywhere from, 3 weeks to 3 years out. All right, I hope this has been super helpful for you. By the way, if you need some help setting some of this stuff up, or you need to consult with us on how it's set up, hey, we actually work with our clients to set up the nitty gritty. We get our nails dirty to, get all of these systems set up. If you're at all interested, please book a quick 10-minute brainstorm session, leaving the link for that in the description below as well. Now let's chat about implementing this flow in and on your business. I need to start by saying, please don't binge learn this video. Copy exactly what I'm doing. Take the blueprint, adapt it, and then after you've kind of run through it yourself, make this your own. Figure out what worked and what didn't, tweak it, and you're gonna find a sweet spot that actually works for you. Personally, this was inspired by one of my mentors, and then I had to tweak it to find the right cadence and the right objections to finally get the proper responses that I was specifically looking for. Oh, and by the way, I need to add that this is not a set it and forget it strategy. You have to monitor this, you have to tweak it, you have to refine this process based on the responses that you're getting. The world of digital marketing is always evolving, and so should your strategies. So implementing a strategy like this might seem like a lot of work at first, but take it step by step. Bottom line is you're building the system that is going to save you time, bring in actual quality leads, and ultimately grow your business. So take a breath. Don't feel overwhelmed, dive in, and then make these leads work for you using some automations and the system.